Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. We are going to be demoing, talking about a brand new foundation that just launched from PUR. This is the 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. When I saw this was being launched, I was extremely excited because of a few things. Number one, it is supposed to be a full coverage foundation that isn't matte. Finally, a full coverage foundation that also launched in 100 shades. That is insane. That is also a more natural finish. I think that's what a lot of us have been asking for. There have been a lot of foundations recently that have launched in some fantastic shade range, but they always seem to be matte. I am really excited about this. PUR is a really awesome brand. Their makeup is more on the clean side, quote unquote, mineral based. I love a lot of their eyeshadow palettes. Their 4-in-1 pressed mineral foundation is my favorite powder. I absolutely love it. So obviously I am super excited to be sharing this with you guys as well. Now I did do a full wear test on this yesterday. I wore this all through my work day. I took some photos at the end of the day just to kind of show you guys how my makeup looked. Obviously I am barefaced because I want to show you guys this product in action. We're gonna go ahead and do that. I'll just kind of show you guys how it applies, talk my way through it, let you guys know what I think, share those photos with you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. So this is the packaging of the foundation. It's really nice. It is plastic actually. It looks like it's glass, but it's actually a frosted plastic container. I got mine in the shade LG7. I ordered mine directly from the PUR website. Ulta does carry this foundation, but they do not carry all the shades. In fact, I only think they carried maybe like 15 or 20. And I was kind of disappointed. I'll tell you why. When I was trying to find my shade, which this foundation comes in 100 different shades, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to narrow down what would work for me versus when I would just go buy any other foundation. Now on Ulta's website, when you would click on the different shades, it would actually give you the undertones, if it was for light, light medium, deep to dark, you guys get the drift. But when I went on PUR's website, now I was on their website on my phone, so it was a mobile version, so I don't know if that made a difference or not. When I would click on each one, it didn't really give me a very accurate description. They do have a color match system on there, so you can actually enter in other foundations that you have, and then they will pick a color for you. I did try that, but I didn't find it to be very accurate because the shades that they were recommending to me, they did finally give a description on, and I found that all of them were very neutral, and none of my foundations are neutral. In fact, they're all pretty yellow or golden based because I do have more olive skin. So that kind of surprised me. I don't know if they're still working on that or if there's some kinks, but that made it even more difficult to find my shade. Luckily enough, I guessed. I just kind of went off the letters. I thought LG meant light golden and 7 might have just been the sequence in the light golden range, and I was lucky enough and fell in the right shade. It does match me absolutely perfectly. Another interesting thing about this foundation is that it comes with both a pump and it has a kind of like a concealer wand because it's supposed to be a foundation and a concealer. I actually don't mind a foundation that has this type of applicator, so even if they would have just done this, I would have been fine with that. But I know a lot of people for some reason get weird about swiping a wand all over their face and then putting it back in their makeup. I don't know about most people, but my face is clean before I put on my makeup. So that's just my opinion, but I do think it is nice that they accommodated and gave a pump and a wand as well. So let's go ahead and put this on. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can just watch the application, look at the coverage, and then again, I will kind of chit chat as we apply it so I can give you guys my thoughts. All right, so now that I have you guys zoomed in nice and close, let's go ahead and apply this. Now I'm going to apply this using a beauty blender, which obviously I have right here. Normally I like to use my Wet n Wild sponge, but it's dirty right now. So I'm going to start off with one pump, and I'm just going to go ahead and dab this on the face. Now this is more of a thicker consistency. It's not runny or anything like that. It does have some oils in it, so if you are sensitive to oils, be sure to watch out for that. But I did read that they are non-comedogenic, so they're just going to be a little bit more hydrating. I just want to put it on one half of my face first so that you guys can actually see the coverage that this foundation offers. Now, a pump out of this is on the smaller side. I don't get a ton of product out, but I'll tell you right now, look at that. That is crazy coverage, and even considering that I'm using a sponge, makes it even more insane. I do have skin that's on the red side, so it is nice when I can find a foundation that cancels out that redness. I usually tend to gravitate towards more, you know, medium coverage foundations, but I do like a full coverage foundation as long as it doesn't look cakey. So as you guys can see, you get some crazy coverage out of this, even with a sponge. I can't even imagine what it would be like with a brush, and I haven't even tried it that way. Well, I have a brush in front of me, so maybe we'll do that on this side. Let's go ahead and finish this up. I'm just gonna take just a little bit more of the product in the back of my hand. Dab it on the forehead, do a little bit more down here. And as you can also see, it is canceling out the dark circles under my eyes pretty well. And it blends super easy. Like, I don't have any issues blending this out. Like, it's pretty quick and effortless. And I do have quite a bit of pigmentation to my eyes, so this stuff offers some amazing coverage. I'm really impressed. If you're someone who loves a full coverage foundation, but you don't like that matte look, and you don't want something that's just too dewy, the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation is a very dewy foundation. It's pretty full coverage, but especially with summer coming up, and if you're not someone who has like insanely dry skin, that foundation probably wouldn't work for you. So this is an awesome alternative to that. So as you guys can see, it is beautiful coverage. My skin doesn't look like there's any exaggerated texture. It doesn't look like it's sitting on top of my skin. It's not cakey. It actually is really beautiful. Now, if you guys see any dryness around my nose, please excuse that. I did have a micro needling treatment done about a week ago, and my skin is still a little bit peely, but that's what makes this even more impressive. Like, I don't feel like this foundation drags or, you know, sticks or clings to any dry patches or anything like that. Like, I'm pretty impressed. Just for shits and gigs, let's go ahead and try this with a brush. Now, I do like my brush to be a little bit on the damp side, so I'm just gonna spray it here with some setting spray. I'm gonna start off a little bit lighter. I didn't put the whole pump on just because I know that obviously when you use a brush, you're gonna get a lot more coverage out of it. There's still product on my brush that I can bring all the way up to my forehead here. So you are gonna get, obviously without saying, this is pretty much the case with really any cream face product, that if you use a brush, you're not gonna have to use as much and you're gonna get heavier coverage because a brush does not eat up as much of the product as a sponge does. All right, you guys, so this is the side with the brush. This is the side with the sponge. Right now, first impressions, using the brush, I do prefer the sponge. I feel like because this is so full coverage and the look that I typically prefer, I think that the sponge makes this formula just melt into the skin a little bit more. It looks a little bit more natural. I don't have any issues with the brush per se. Like, I can see where someone might like this. I think it just obviously comes down to a preference. It still looks really good. I just feel like it looks a little bit heavy for my personal taste. Used with a brush, I definitely prefer a sponge. I'm just gonna kind of pat this into the skin just to kind of maybe pick up just a little bit of that excess. Obviously, this foundation offers ridiculous coverage. I think that's the thing that I really, really, truly love, again, is that it offers this incredible, beautiful coverage. It doesn't look too thick or cakey in any way. It just looks pretty effortless. Still preferring the sponge. I'm gonna be honest. I do like this with a sponge. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. All right, guys, so there you have it. This is the final look. This foundation is absolutely beautiful. I am in love with it. I am going to insert a couple of photos here or here showing you guys the way that these wore at the end of my days. So I did wear this foundation for a full 12 hours. I didn't touch anything up. I didn't powder at all. The only thing that I did notice, and oddly enough, is that I did get a little bit shiny in the forehead area. Maybe I would use a little bit more setting powder in the future there. But again, it doesn't bother me. I don't mind my skin looking a little bit shiny or even a little bit oily. That might sound weird to you, but I'm okay with that. By no means do I ever end up looking like an oil slick. It would take a lot for that to happen to me, so I don't have any complaints about it there. For the price, the pigmentation, the shade range, the ingredients in this product, I am in love. I think it wears beautifully. Has it taken the throne away from my 24-hour infallible fresh wear foundation? the jury's still out. I'm going to keep wearing it, keep playing with it, but I can definitely tell you that it is in my top 2. So these I will definitely leave out, continue to use, continue to play with. This is more full coverage. You're going to get a lot more coverage from this. On the brush side, I didn't even have to use a half pump to cover my entire face, or I should say the entire half of my face. In fact, I think I could have used like a quarter of a pump. If I used a brush all over my face, I could get away with probably a half pump and I would get full ass coverage out of it, which is so impressive. I think those who wanted to love the Hourglass Vanish foundation, but it was just too matte, too drying, too expensive, check this out because you're gonna get that natural skin finish from this. And again, as you wear it throughout the day, it does start to look even a little bit more hydrated. So I think it's a beautiful formula. I think it's fantastic. I wish more people were talking about it. I haven't really seen many reviews on this at all, at least from the bigger YouTubers that I follow, and I think that it deserves some attention. I think that it is kind of a, you know, I wouldn't say, do I say groundbreaking, but it is different because again, considering the shade range and the coverage that you get out of it and the type of finish that it is completely different than other things that have launched. And well, obviously with the shade range, there's 100 shades. I don't know any foundation that has ever launched with that many shades. So sound off as always in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Did you pick up this product? Were you waiting to see more reviews on it? Just let me know your thoughts. You know, I like hearing from you guys. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, share it, and of course be sure to subscribe to my channel before you go. Monday's video is probably Monday or Wednesday. There's going to be a giveaway. I have just had an idea pop in my head for 10K, 11K giveaway, and this is going to be really fun, you guys. So be on the lookout for that. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your support, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Mwah. Love ya. Bye.